Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, once again. And we are actually waiting for the commencement of the match between Delhi and Colombo teams to commence. So, of course, we saw the previous game played between Mumbai and Karachi, in which Mumbai took the game by 62 runs. I'm accompanied by my fellow commentator, Farviz Adnan. Good afternoon, Farviz.
Good afternoon, Minindu. We are about to commence the second game of the day, Delhi versus Colombo, and we have Shanu down in the ground, prepared to give you all a takeover about the pitch report and as well as the toss. Shanu, over to you.
We promised you nothing short of an entertaining class cricket, and that is exactly what happened. Welcome back. We have the second match that we are all ready and powered up to start. This is Colombo versus Delhi, and I'm in the company of these amazing gentlemen. We have Anil Huda here, who is the coach of the Delhi team, and also we have Mr. Tejas Silva. He is the former president of the Sri Lankan Cricket Association. So let me start with you first. How does it feel to be back? This is a home match, right? This is with the home team. How does it feel?
It feels great to be back on the grounds, even though we are not playing. But it's good to see the boys getting into action, and it's lovely to have all the visitors, especially from our neighboring countries. So it's a very happy occasion. It's a great feeling.
Well, you are going to face the mighty Sri Lankans. We both know it's going to be a tough fight. What are your strategies ahead of the game?
Ours is a very strong team, but the Sri Lankans have always been strong on the ground. But let's see. We have a very good team. It's a mix of young and experienced team. So I think it will be a good match today.
So we definitely understand you are not playing like you just mentioned, but what is that word of advice you're itching to tell the youngsters?
Well, the best advice we give is go for it, but play within the rules, keep the spirit. Never forget that the motto of lawyers cricket is cricket for friendship.
We are definitely celebrating friendship, but I need to understand who are the rivals for today. Which are the players to watch out for?
Yeah, there will be Aditya Ashia, who have been captain of Indian team in the World Cup. Then Rishabh is our opener. Then we have Vinod Tyagi, who is a hard hitter, known for his sixes. And for bowling, we can have Jadesh as a fast bowler. Then we have Shikhar, is a really fast bowler. Rather, we can't say fast bowler because India produced medium pacers. That's why. So we are waiting for a good match.
Well, I definitely heard a lot of names that he mentioned right here. Are they going to have what it takes to make that big win? Are they going to take home the win today? Well, we'll find out. The toss is coming up next. Alongside our two wonderful umpires, it's time for the toss now. Head? So Aditya from Delhi has chosen to bat. Cue?
विकेट अच्छा है बाद में थोड़ा शाम हो जाएगा इसलिए.
What would Ishan, what would you have done differently?
No, I also was thinking of batting first, but the pitch looks good. So let's see.
Well, tell me about the key strengths of your players.
No, we have an all-round, a mix of spinners and a few paces. And our batting also, we bat a little bit low. So we'll see. Hope for a good match.
We definitely hope for a good match. आप बताइए आपके टीम में key players कौन रहेगा?
मेरी टीम में की प्लेयर एक शुभेंदु है और एक चौधरी है. दोनों अच्छे बैट्समैन हैं. So I hope.
Well, we definitely have a lot to watch out from this particular player. So the match is coming right up next.
Good afternoon. We are at the Colts Cricket Club grounds, looking at the pitch. The first match has been played. Now we are looking at the Colombo versus Delhi match. The pitch looks normal. It looks a good T20 pitch. It's been used once, but we don't see any damages. Little bit of grass on one side, the other side is dry. It looks a good pitch for batting. The bowlers will have to put in a little bit of extra work to get some speed or any turn on this. On the side, on the Park Road side, there might be some turn towards late, But otherwise, it looks a good pitch to bat on.
Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that's the update from the middle. Delhi won the toss and they elected to bat first. Once again, taking the advantage of the wicket. That's what Mumbai did in the previous game as well. So it's going to be a huge challenge for the Colombo Titans to start off the game, especially prevent the Delhi batters from utilizing the power play efficiently. So the batsmen are walking out into the middle. So Farviz, what can we expect from the batting side in these first 6 overs?
Yeah, I mean, the outfield conditions and the pitch conditions matters a lot in this state of the game. The batsman will have to take the full advantage of the first 6 overs because there will be only 2 fielders on the outfield outside the 30-yard circle. So if they manage to capitalize in that window, I think the death overs will be a smooth sail for them because the death overs can be very vital for the batting side. So, and also we should keep in mind that in the first few overs there's going to be a bit of a swing as well because the ball is new, and even though the wicket is dry, you can still outswing and in-swing the ball in the air. So hopefully we can look for a good game of cricket today. The afternoon is looking fantastic for a day of cricket. So hopefully I'm actually predicting a score of around 140 to 160 in these conditions, but we'll see. We can never estimate a score. This is cricket, the most unpredictable game of them all. So we'll see. Off we go with the first ball. That's a beautiful shot on the offside. Pierce in the field. That just raced away for a boundary. That shot was absolutely beautiful. What a wonderful strike.
I mean, first ball, first boundary. That's the dream start for any batsman and any team actually. This was right outside the off stump, foolish delivery. That was bound to be punished, and just pierced the gaps perfectly there. So definitely not the start the Colombo Titans were looking for. You can clearly see that was almost wide, extending his arms, opening up that overside region. Brilliantly played.
Once again through the gap, through the extra covers for another boundary. That's a wonderful strike once again. Pierce in the gap. Fielders can do absolutely nothing about that. That ball was punished to the boundary. It was at the slot. Minidu, always slot balls get dispatched in these sorts of conditions. So he will have to look to ball a bit shorter in these conditions. So do you think he'll be able to do that, Minidu?
Well, he adjusted his line actually in this delivery, but the length again was the same one that he bowled in the previous delivery as well. So he has to get these line and runs right, because we saw what happened to Karachi when they gave away a lot of runs inside the power play.
Oh, that's a good delivery.
That's a brilliant cover. That's a brilliant cover. That's the length that you should bowl to. You should try to actually put pressure on the batsman. That's what you should do from the start itself. If you don't perfect that, if you don't put that, and if you don't execute that plans properly from the start, then over by over, it's going to be difficult for you to come back into the game.
Coming around the wicket. Oh, that's a good delivery. Right on the money, that one. But a lucky inside edge, whereas the batsman will grab a single off of that.
Yeah, Farviz, I mean, even in the previous game, we saw a lot of those edges and how teams were actually utilizing that. I mean, especially the Karachi innings, the bat was not middled properly, and it was also top edges. So, but I think in these first 2 deliveries itself, it was properly middled. So we'll be looking at some good cricketing shots by the Delhi side here, and who knows, maybe Colombo has a good response up its sleeve as well.
Another decent delivery on the offside. Carves it away towards the covers region.
So Farviz, how is the weather looking in the late evening?
Yeah, I mean, so I looked at the forecast. It's looking pretty good. I think the forecast is saying that there will be no cloud cover whatsoever until around 7-8 p.m. So as for now, we are good to go. And there's one more very good delivery.
So that's end of the over there. Delhi Giants are 9 for no loss. A good start for Delhi Giants. 9 runs in the first over itself. If they can cruise along with that run rate in these coming overs, then yeah, pretty much the game is under their hands.
I mean, though I should mention that after the first two deliveries were dispatched to the boundary, the bowler did quite well to limit that over to 9 runs, because once you get that sort of a start for an over, you are under a lot of pressure. But he decided to mix things up, and kept him under control. A poor delivery there, too short. Once again, the first delivery of the second over dispatched to the boundary.
Once again, for this bowler, this is not a good start. To sit, of course, being introduced into the attack, and a short delivery, punch down the ground. Mid-off couldn't do anything about it. Just a brilliant shot there.
To sit with the ball. Oh, that's a brilliant delivery.
This
Came
one
in
was
thrashing. That was a brilliant drift.
this one was slower through the air, trying to deceive the batsman. That's what he did. A brilliant comeback. I mean, they got some good tricks up their sleeves. Of course, the Sri Lankan side, the Colombo Giants, Colombo Titans, they know about these conditions very well, compared to the other teams who are participating in this tournament. So, don't you think that's a huge advantage for them?
Well, Minidu, that's a good point. It could be a huge advantage, but all the other teams that are playing this tournament are mostly from conditions like this as well. But our boys, I think they will have the upper hand when it comes to knowing the pitch. But when it comes to the conditions, I think the other teams will have an advantage as well, because they have played in similar sorts of environments.
Well, checking the stump in there.
I am ready to make my decision. Please focus on lights.
Of course, the batsman was safe at that moment, Shubhendu.
TV umpire Mr. Saman Kumar giving the confirmation.
That's another boundary being scored once again. A foolish delivery. The previous delivery is really good. I mean, the correct line and length, inviting the batsman to play it. This one was just a little bit too full, I would say. Shubhendu, he scored his previous boundaries as well through the offside region. So if you are helping him into extending his arms through the offside, then you're in for big trouble.
That's better. That was a better delivery. But Shubhendu will manage to collect a single out of it. He's looking very dangerous in this inning so far, Minidu. He has already scored 4 boundaries. He's looking in good shape. He could be the danger man for the Colombo Titans.
Everyone needs a player like Andre Russell in their side. So for Delhi, their Andre Russell might have come out as an opener. Speaking of Andre Russell, the Indian Premier League is also starting today as well, Farviz. If I would like to mention that to all the cricketing fans around the globe who are watching this.
work towards mid-wicket.
End of the over. It's 19 for no loss. An outside edge right there. Goes to the third man region, but ends up getting a single there. I think after those 2 consecutive boundaries that were scored against him, Tusit has adjusted his line in brilliantly. I mean, it's a good comeback there. The 8 runs came out of the first 2 deliveries in the over that he bowled previously. But then it was the deliveries that was bowled later on was pretty much decent. Actually, decent line and length deliveries that made the batsman take some singles or dots. Oh, that's well played. And that goes to the boundary. Almost just pulls it away through the backward square leg region.
Well, this is what you need to take care of. You have to be consistent with each and every delivery that you bowl, because you could bowl 5 very good balls in an over, and the last could be a full toss or a short delivery, we'll say, and it could be dispatched to a massive maximum. So,
oh, that's high in the air. That's the chance. And it falls safe there. Almost at one point looked like it was an opportunity for the Colombo Titans to get the breakthrough and send one of these opening batsmen back to the dressing room, but luck doesn't go in favor of theirs. There's 2 deliveries left in the over. What can Tusit come up with in these 2 deliveries? Oh, that's crunched. Once again, allowing him to go through the offside, and it's dispatched for a boundary. So this is not the start any bowling side would have expected. Of course, this is contemplating what he could have done instead of bowling that line.
I mean, for me, it looked like a decent line, but it was the batsman's powerful swing that allowed him to get the connection of the ball. And as you can see there, he was giving the ball a powerful swing, and luckily it hit his bat, and it was carved away for a boundary nicely. So I think it's the batsman's bravery that should be given the credit with that boundary. Once again, a very good delivery, but that time he could not quite capitalize on that. So it's the end of the 3rd over. It's 30 for no loss.
Goes to the back foot and punches it straight to the cover point. Sachitra, the new bowler introduced, goes down the ground, long on, feels this.
In this inning, we can clearly see that both the batsmen have taken on a certain role, whereas Vinod is playing as the anchor and Shubhendu is going and attacking the bowlers all over the park. So this is a very smart approach from the Delhi Giants batsmen. If they keep this rhythm throughout the inning, they could put on a very good score on the scoreboard and could be very dangerous for the Colombo Titans. Shubhendu works it towards the leg side. Will it go to a boundary? Yes, it will. Poor work in the deep. It could have been stopped with a clean side roll. But he decides to go for the football approach and fails the attempt.
Yeah, once again, the effort was not put into it to prevent that boundary. It would have been an easy single or a two, but I would never expect that to go for a boundary since two fielders were converging onto it. Poor fielding and poor effort shown by the Colombo Titans fielders there, the deep.
That will be a single for Shubhendu. Oh, that's a wonderful delivery. Right on the money with the drift in. Absolutely thrashed the stumps. Vinod, the anchor, is walking back to the dugout. This is huge for the Colombo Titans.
What a start. I mean, this was the wicket that they were looking for. Shubhendu, he was looking dangerous. 33 runs from just 15 deliveries. Apologies, that was Vinod.
Once again, a wonderful delivery. Drifting into the stumps. No spin of it whatsoever, but he took the advantage of the new ball to the pinpoint.
.36 now Delhi Giants, and Sachitra was able to get that wicket inside the power play as well. The first scalp for the Colombo Titans. So far it's a decent over, 6 runs given and a wicket coming out of it. Checking for the no ball as well, and that you can see right into the middle stump. You miss, I hit.
Vishal, the new man on crease, joining Shubhendu in the middle. Beautiful delivery. That's a textbook defense on the front foot. It's the end of the 4th over. That was a brilliant over with a wicket included. It's 36 for 1 loss.
Well, Jeevan has been introduced into the attack. The Colombo Titans got that major wicket that they wanted. Send one of these two openers back to the dugout. Oh, that's a misfield, and that's goes for a boundary. That should have been a dot ball, but instead 4 runs have been given to the Delhi Giants. Like I said before, Farviz, I mean, even in this previous game, we saw the Karachi side making plenty of fielding mishaps, but this is not something that you should afford. In the power play. Oh, crunched down the ground, and it might go all the way. Yes, it will. What a shot that was, Farviz. I mean, you could watch it all day long, right from the slot, and timed it from the middle of the bat as well.
Actually, for a batsman in this sort of a settlement, you should not bowl in the slot. It was a beautiful dispatch right off the middle of the bat. I mean, you could hear that click in the commentary box itself. That was so satisfying to hear. And the loft was beautiful as well. So Shubhendu will take 6 out of that. And he's 7 runs away from his half century as well. Oh, that's gone! What a delivery! The danger man for the Colombo Titans walks back to the dugout. Jeevan strikes. That was a vital delivery targeting the pads of the batsman. And he came thrashing towards the stump right from the pads itself. That was a brilliant comeback from the bowler. What a response that was. That's the best response that you can give. It's either a very fast short ball or a good wicket in that sort is the best comeback you can give for a sixer by a batsman.
Well, of course, I mean, if you could see Jeevan's reaction right after that wicket was taken, he didn't react in any way or didn't celebrate either. He let the ball do the talking. He let the stumps do the talking. I mean, it was pretty evident. A brilliant wicket there, brilliant comeback.
Tables are sort of starting to turn here at the Colts Cricket Club.
Almost like these two sides are coming up in each delivery, fighting for each delivery.
I mean, this is what a power play is like in a T20 game. Always eventful. Every time something special is happening, and this time it was a very eventful over. Madhav Narayan coming onto the middle. Jeevan once again with a very good delivery. Attacking the stumps themselves.
Just a delivery left in the over. Last delivery of the over. Well played, and brilliant way to actually end off the over. 10 runs and a wicket coming out of it. Delhi Giants 5 overs gone. It's 46 for 2. Okay. Well, good shot there. Good shot there. But a good effort, but there in extra cover.
Once again, tossing it up to check the batsman's reaction. They are still in the reading phase of the batsman. He's a big man. He can have a very huge swing. So you should be careful with those tossed up deliveries.
Goes to the back foot and just punches it straight along on there. A single will be taken there. Good start to the over by Sachitra, who has a wicket under his name. So he can be a vital bowler for Colombo Titans, don't you think, Furvis? According to the way he's bowling right now, a left-arm orthodox bowler. What will he have in store for the coming few overs?
Well, Minindu, looking at his current form, he has started to grab his consistency. It's in the air once again. A very good delivery that. Is there backup? There is, but apparently the backup is too far away, which will allow the batsman to collect a single off of that. Those are the sorts of runs that should be stopped, Minindu. Those mistakes you cannot make in this vital condition.
When you make those mistakes like that, the batsman actually tends to be more relaxed, more concentrated. I mean, it will actually help them to be more comfortable in the crease. So those types of run flows should be stopped. Comes to the front and a check shot there.
Sachitra has found his rhythm finally. On the first over, his consistency was a bit questionable, but now he has done what a bowler should do. Good delivery once again. Oh, well stopped at extra covers. Wow.
You can clearly see the Colombo Titans. They are actually hyped up. The confidence is back again. We saw the Delhi Giants dominating in the first 3 overs, pounding ball after ball to the boundary. But again, after those 2 wickets, they are back with confidence, and that's the end of the power play as well. And Sachitra finish it off well with just 2 runs given from his over. Delhi Giants are 48 for 2. Jeevan continuing his spell. Ball in the 7th over of the Giants innings.
A good delivery, a mix-up between the batsmen, but the fielders failed to capitalize on their opportunity.
But the non-striker and batsman, I think, kind of injured himself while taking that single, or almost looked like a cramp.
He went down in the middle of the ground. Hope he's okay though. Yeah, he seems to be okay. I think it was a minor tear in his hamstring because he took a pretty quick single there. Jeevan, after the dispatch of Shubhendu back to the dugout, Jeevan has started to look really good. Beautiful shot on the offside. That was, oh, brilliant work in the deep at sweeper covers. Fantastic fielding. That was meant to go for a boundary, but then again, that's what happens when you place talented fielders in vital positions. There was a good stroke by the batsman. Once again, footages of that early opportunity of the run out. There he is, the fielder. Work towards third man. They'll collect a single out of that. Well, according to what we have seen so far, the conditions are very favorable for the batsman, and the Delhi Giants, especially Shubhendu, has been able to capitalize on this condition.
Of course, not just them. We saw in the previous game as well. The reason why I described the previous game, because that's high in the air, and the keeper is coming under it, and it's taken. That's the third scalp for the Colombo Titans.
Run deeper behind the wickets. Wonderful effort, and finally does no mistake whatsoever. Takes the catch, and that's 3 down for Delhi Giants.
Jeevan once again getting his second wicket of the evening. A brilliant start to his spell here, and of course his mother, who is walking back to the dugout. Randeeper didn't panic, was calmly under the ball and took it brilliantly. Of course, the replay of the shot didn't time it whatsoever. Went up straight in the air, and of course you can take all kinds of catches like that any day. Just 2 deliveries left in the over, and what an over it has been. Just 4 runs coming out of it, and due to the pressure, Madhav played a rash shot which costed him his wicket, and of course which costed his team a wicket as well.
Oh, what a delivery that is. Oh, in
And
the
that's
air.
gone.
Once again, Jeevan strikes 2 wickets in a row. He is really taking the charge of change in the game for the Colombo Titans.
Well, everyone's hyped up. It's 2 in 2 for Jeevan here, and for Colombo Titans as well. Just another delivery left in the over. Can he make it a memorable one for in the first game itself by taking a hat-trick for Viz? I mean, everything is... I mean, you can't predict these games, alright? We couldn't predict this delivery. Look at what happened.
And we couldn't predict the innings so far either, because it looked like the Delhi Giants were about to score like 200 runs in their innings. But now, looking at the scorecard, we can clearly say that this is the beauty of cricket. You can never say the ending until it has ended itself. So far it has been very, very eventful. That's the beauty of T20 cricket. The strategies and recoveries and comebacks have been on point by Colombo Titans. But we are yet to go another 13 overs and one more delivery towards the end of this game. I beg your pardon, the end of this inning. So we'll see what else these two teams have in their pockets for us in this fine afternoon.
Of course, this Shikhar is coming into the middle here. But Jeevan is on a hat trick. I'm pretty sure that's running through his mind right now as well. The field setting has been put up according to that. Apologies, that's Aditya, the captain of the Delhi Giants, walking into bat. A little bit cheeky there, left that one right outside the off stump. It came back a little bit in. Would have nicked the stumps, the top of the stumps as well, but never mind.
He was going for the safer option and absolutely refused to give Jeevan his hat trick in this game.
Of course, so that's the 7th over gone. Delhi Giants are 52 for 4. An outside edge would help them to get that single. Of course, it's Sachitra continuing his spell. I mean, it's been a brilliant comeback by, of course, Colombo Titans after those first 3 overs. There was a little bit of time for them to come up with a game plan for the coming few overs, and after that I think they executed their plans to perfection. Especially Jeevan has to be given the credits as well, along with Sachitra. Slower through the air, but this time it's well placed and it will go to the boundary. Lofted it over extra cover and it's got the reward for the bravery and the risk that he took in that delivery.
Well, it's always the tossed up delivery the spinners take the approach of when it comes to attacking a new batsman, to see his attacking approaches and his intentions in batting. Oh, a brilliant delivery, appealing for the nick. The umpire seems uninterested, but it looked pretty close. And now Sachitra has started to pick up some of that spin instead of the drift.
He's actually liking to bowl the delivery slower through the air, trying to deceive the batsman. That's like one of the oldest trick in the playbooks of the spinners.
And Sachitra is brave enough to keep moving on with that approach, even though the batsman has taken a loft in his previous delivery. Once again, he works it towards long on for a single. I mean, this is the captain of the team that we're talking about, so they will have to be extra cautious when it comes to attacking him.
And of course, a huge pressure is on him as well as the captain, Aditya, because he should be the one to lead from the front, especially when he's batting. He has a responsibility as the captain, as a batsman right now, to put his team on a good position by getting a good total on the board.
One more delivery left to go in the over. Good delivery once again.
So that's the end of the over. 8 overs gone. It's 59 for 4. Plays it down the ground and will take a single. So this is the start of the 9th over, and Kulunu is a new bowler introduced in the bowling attack of the Colombo Titans. Oh, brilliant delivery actually. Well placed, good line and length delivery, and of course the batsman played it with caution as well. Actually gave respect to the delivery that he bowled. Aditya on strike.
Once again, a good delivery. Good line and length. Kulunu is being consistent since ball number 1. This is good to see.
I think for me, one thing I have seen from the spinners of the Colombo Titans, they I think after the few deliveries that were smacked away for the boundary, those deliveries, oh, that's a good
Wow.
one.
Once again.
I mean, he's trying to keep it tight. I mean, not letting him extend his arms. That was what I was about to tell you. They're trying to keep it tight, not letting them free their hands or let them go over the top. So in these kind of situations, pressure, like I said before, is a key factor.
Going down the leg side that time. Aditya will tickle it away towards the deep mid-wicket region for a single, comfortably. But so far it has been wonderful. One more delivery to go in this over. We'll see what the resolution is like. The last ball of the over. Oh, that's brilliant. Once again, right on the money.
So some good deliveries being bowled in this over. So It gave him the reward, just 2 runs conceded. And the 9th over is completed, 61 for 4. So far you can see the scorecard of the Delhi Giants. 4 wickets have fallen down for them. But it's
Shubhendu scoring 43 out of the 61 runs scored so far. That is something special.
so he was the only batsman to set the foundation for Delhi Giants. Well fielded there by Tusit. That came crashing in right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
the sound of the bat was, I thought it was all the way out. But
he was
arms of steel, that man.
mid wicket. I mean, like, that's an area where the ball gets pounded right into. Oh, that is pretty.
That was pretty close. Thrashing into the stumps.
You actually cannot explain the in swinger.
Oh, they have sent the decision upstairs.
Is that a run out?
Quick thinking from the keeper. He attempted a quick stumping there. The umpires have referred to the TV umpire, Mr. Saman Kumara.
Can you give me a front put? Yes, it is spare delivery.
Oh, that might be gone. That might be gone.
Can you repeat it?
That looks pretty close and clumsy.
Keep rolling slowly.
In a game of cricket, you always have to be concentrated.
Whoa, that could be gone. We'll take a closer look at this.
I mean, when he was trying to place his bat at the popping crease, you can see the bails have
That
come
is
out.
gone,
That is
Vinindu.
gone. Yeah, that is gone.
That is some extremely clever thinking from the wicketkeeper there.
Just focus on the lights.
I think no one else saw that the game is ready, set to go.
We'll have the official
But
word.
that's
That's
gone.
it. That's another wicket.
That's a wicket. This is brilliant work from the keeper. I assume that was the captain as well. Was it Aditya?
But I think it is Aditya Farviz. He's walking back, and of course the frustration. And now the team is again. They were actually placed in their
yeah,
fielding,
that was I was
fielding
thinking.
positions, and right now they are all coming back into
All
the
of them
middle.
thought it was going to be a green light, but then again the element of surprise hit, and the fielders are ecstatic at the moment.
You can't predict this game. It's pretty much unpredictable. If you try to predict it, something unpredictable definitely will happen.
Absolutely, I have to. I can do nothing but agree to that statement, Mindu.
Well, Randeep is having a good time in the middle amidst his teammates.
I mean, he deserves to be the star at the moment.
Of course,
Because
quick thinking there.
extremely quick
Definitely.
thinking, and very impressive sense of attention to the game there. If you look at the replay again,
I think Farvis, in order to have that kind of quick thinking, you need to have many years of cricketing
whoa,
experience.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
that is just
that's
quick
he
reflexes,
he knew
everything.
that was out, but I think he was waiting for it to be a little bit of a surprise for his teammates, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it looked out at the first glance itself for him, of course.
Well, Anjana is brought into the attack. Oh, how did that miss it? It was clearly there was an edge, I think, onto the boots of the batsman. Just missed the stumps completely there. At one point, it would have gone back onto the stumps. You can clearly see the replay. Let's see. Yeah, there was an edge right onto his boots, then hits the pads. Single have been taken.
A leg bias.
That's a good shot, but Point feels it brilliantly there, so no run will be conceded. Once again, not letting him free up his arms, bowling straight onto the stumps. This is what they have been doing in these last few overs. And that's the end of the over there. So 10 overs gone. Delhi Giants are in a terrible situation here. They're 61 for 5.
See the bowling figures there. Shanmugam Pillai taking 3 wickets in 2 overs. Only conceded 14 runs of that spell. Wonderful stuff. And also Kulunu with his single over bowled. He has been very consistent and economic as well. Just 2 overs given.
I think so far, though, the bowling attack of the Colombo Titans, they have done a pretty good job trying to conserve the runs that are being scored. Or cuts it away, and Points does an absolute brilliance of a job to prevent that from going out into the deep.
Oh, once again a good delivery. A bit too full in that occasion, but the batsman still can't quite capitalize on it.
I think it's hard for the batsman to actually play Kulunu because he's bowling some tight line and length. He's pretty much going with that tactic. You can clearly see that they're desperate to get those runs. That's why they're playing shots like those. So I feel like a wicket is coming by if Kulunu keeps on continuing his spell.
Once again, Kulunu targeting that pad. not quite getting a run off of it, the batsman.
A brilliant start to the over.
Oh, once again, a very good delivery, but Kunal manages to carve it away on the offside towards the sweeper cover for a single. If I'm not mistaken, it's one more ball to go in this over. Prepares to go for that big pull shot, but
So
doesn't quite get the connection there.
So that's the end of the over. 11 overs gone. It's 62 for 5. Anjana once again bowling that toe breaking Yorker. Once again straight to cover. That shot was placed. No runs will be conceded. So once again a good start. 2 consecutive dot deliveries.
And it's been considerably long since the last boundary was scored. There might be 8, but very well done in the third man region.
I mean, that explains a lot on how this bowling attack has performed since the third over was bowled. They were tight, not letting any boundaries, so mishaps continue. They went on to learn from their mistakes, so I think that's something to really admire.
That's gonna be wide. That's gonna be a wide.
So that's not something that you should afford. Bowling those wide deliveries, they were pretty much decent with their line. But this time this was just going down leg. Unfortunately, he's going to have to bowl that again.
Once again, a wide delivery on the offside this time. Was trying to adjust the line, but failed in doing so.
If you don't call that a wide, I don't know what you would call that.
That's short. Pulled away towards deep square leg. Safe and sound for a single.
Faris, what do you think about the field setting that has been placed for the two batters who are so far trying to put up a good partnership in the middle for Delhi Giants?
The field setting looks a bit defensive as per now. 4 in the deep, including sweeper covers, deep square leg, long on and long off. And I should say that it has been working quite well so far. And also there's a third man in the deep as well. So 5 in the deep so far. So field setting has done nothing wrong for them. Going defensive in the death overs is the way to go actually. So
And right to the mid-wicket region. And that's the end of the over, ladies and gentlemen. So 12 overs gone. It's 69 for 5. And of course, Shubhendu, the only established batsman I could see on that scorecard for Reese, who actually set the foundation for the Delhi Giants. Other than him, no one really got going and no one really stood out to get their side over the line. So far they are struggling. It's the 12th over also, just 8 overs left in the game. So apologies, 8 over left in the innings.
once again, excellency from Kulunu.
I mean, this man is just. One word I could one word I could use to describe him is consistency. Just brilliant with line and length. I didn't see any loose deliveries from him.
Once again, right on the money. He's fluctuating the field right now, removing the slip, and he has gone for a short mid-wicket as well, simultaneously having a deep one. The batsman taking a little break there.
A little bit cheeky action that is trying to throw off the ball a little bit.
Short there.
And that's
once
gone.
again, another wicket fall for the Delhi Giants. A bit short, a bit of a poor delivery there from Kulunu, but then the batsman Rishabh does the mistake and right towards the covers region, and it's been taken safely. The fielder does no mistake, the batsman with the mistake, and he has paid for that. And now he has started to walk towards the dugout with disappointment in his face.
Of course, we saw the previous delivery trying to. I mean, he was actually desperate to go for a big shot, and this one was not the delivery that you would like to choose to go for it. It's a well taken catch, and of course, Kulunu, he's actually bowled some pretty good line and length deliveries, and he's got the reward for that.
Vishwa with the catch taken safely at covers.
Rishabh is back into the dugout as well, so we got some 2 fresh batsmen out in the middle who haven't been even able to face more than 10 deliveries itself. Just 3 deliveries left in the over, and Kulun is back at it, and that's a shout, and that's given. That's 2 in 2, and the Colombo Titans, they are having a dream roll of a bowling performance. This is, I mean, absolutely outstanding. Kulunu once again.
That was poor from the batsman Menindu, because that was a very straight delivery, and he took his leg across the wicket. As you can see there, it was very straight. And even before the ball was released, he was taking his leg across the wicket, and he tried to work it towards the mid-wicket, which was a huge mistake. He was looking for that run in the mid-wicket region, but that was not the way to go.
That was plumb straight for Ruiz. I mean, just absolutely would crash onto the stumps if the leg wasn't placed in front of it.
That was Kshitij Arora, the batsman. Pretty cheeky to pronounce. Kshitij Arora, back in the dugout.
A pardon our pronunciation. We are, of course, Sri Lankans. But so far, the Delhi Giants, they are in a tough spot, I would say. 69 runs and just 7 wickets gone already. Just 3 wickets left in their arsenal. And of course, it's the second bowler who is on a hat-trick in this evening. First we saw Jeevan on a hat-trick, and now it's Kulunu.
And we should not forget the fact that Mr. Ahudha, the coach of the Indian squad, he told us that they have a very good bowling arsenal as well. So we'll see if they will be able to produce a big breakthrough in the Colombo Titans. Oh, that was a full toss. Straight on the money though. But luckily it's a thick inside edge and it goes towards the fine leg region. The Delhi Giants are in danger as for how the game is standing right now. They have 7 more overs if they are to capitalize in this game, but they have only 3 wickets left in their arsenal. Kulunu tosses it up.
Another over done. 13 overs gone. It's 71. Apologies, 69 for 7. Seven deliveries left in the 7 overs left in the Delhi Giants innings. Starters off wide. Not a great start to his spell. Shamir, who's been introduced into the attack. Ooh, once again, the keeper is appealing for a stumping, and the leg umpire goes up for the TV umpire.
The wicketkeeper once again, Randeepa, the sharp man with the appeal again. So the Colombo Titans can have some sort of hope that it could have been a wicket, because his appeals have been pretty on point so far. We'll see. It has been sent up for the TV umpire for the reference, Mr. Saman Kumara.
Yes, it is a pair delivery. I'm satisfied.
I think he's safe. That's
Keep
pretty
rolling
close.
slowly again.
But I think the batsman was safe there.
Of course, that's going to be a green light for a reason, and I think the batsman is well safe. The stump isn't even close.
He was dragging his feet with the sweep.
But
Okay,
was
thank
well
you. I'm
aware
ready
to place
to
it back
make my decision.
inside the
Can you give me the
crease.
There it is, the green light. A bit of a relief for the 2 batsmen in the middle, because they are not going to lose another wicket there.
Will
Worked
take a
away.
single.
Worked away towards the long off for a single.
Goes for a full swing there, but misses that completely. Well, Shami will gain some confidence through that delivery for sure. Just 3 deliveries left in the over. Tries to go down the ground, but plays it straight back to the bowler. So far, it has been a decent over. I wouldn't say decent, it has been a brilliant over. And of course, another delivery left. Trying to guide that to the leg side, but will it be called a leg by here? So that's the end of the over. 14 overs gone. It's 75-7. Once again, Kulunu bowling his last over of his spell. Do you think it's the right over to bowl his final delivery for his? Apologies, final over of his spell.
Yes, Minidu, because there are other informed bowlers on the other ends as well. So maybe if we mix things up from this end, things could go wrong. So far it has gone very fine for the Colombo Titans with having Kulunu on bowl. Oh, that's straight. Will it be given? Yes, it is. Another wicket for Kulunu's brilliance. I mean, that looked pretty plumb, didn't it, Minidu? Of course, that was a wicket.
Of course, there's no question about that. The umpire didn't hesitate to raise his finger either. As any day, as an umpire, you would wish to have those kind of appeals so that it wouldn't be close to make a decision.
No, so there it is, your answer for your question you asked me, Minidu. It worked pretty well for them. So this was the right over for them to decide to make Kulunu take the last over of his spell. Goes for another wicket.
I think until they have a chance, it's better if they can use Kulunu to get those last few wickets as well. So just 3 deliveries left in his spell as well.
Kulunu joins Jitarshan with 3 wicket takers in the figures.
What can he come up with in these final 3 deliveries? So far, he's been absolutely excellent. Just 7 runs conceded and 3 wickets scalped. Drives it through the offside there, so plays it well to long off and can come back for 2. Good running in between the wickets. Just some few aggressive strokes that we have seen that have been played against Kulunu. That explains how consistent he has been. Once again, a dot ball, a brilliant comeback. He's ending off his spell in style. Can he do it with another wicket? I'm pretty sure he's eager to do it. Oh, brilliant. I mean, just absolute class of a bowling performance by Kulunu. If there's any young cricketing fan or cricketer watching this, then this is a bowling masterclass you would want to see again and again, and you would like to learn from him as well. Just look at that delivery. Of course, these are the wickets of Kulunu.
Two absolutely plumb LBWs. Easiest decision for the umpire ever, those ones.
So the last 5 overs of this innings to be bowled. So it's Sanjana coming into the attack once again. Oh, that was in the air for a while. I mean, there were people around the stadium chanting catch it, but unfortunately no one was there either at short cover. Otherwise the bowler could have made a diving effort, but I think it was very well far off.
Looks like my predictions about the score for the first inning is gonna go horribly wrong here.
Yeah, definitely. Does it feel nice to be proven wrong?
I mean, being a fan of cricket, most of the time you get proven wrong. So, I mean, my prediction went wrong, of course, and I can say I'm used to this, being a cricket fan. So all good, Minidu. Leaves that ball alone. Jaidesh.
But they're planning on staying in the crease for the last 5 overs as well. They're not going to go anywhere, so at least I think that's what they should do, considering the situation they are in right now.
They're following the concept, playing more balls gets you more runs. Oh, what a cracking shot. But the covers fielder was ready to get it. The connection was brilliant, but he couldn't quite place it well. That was absolutely trash, but brilliant piece of fielding at covers. Takes a quick single. Good run in between wickets by Jaidesh and Kunal.
A good Yorker there, and they're not going to come back for 2. So that's the end of the over. 16 overs gone, and Delhi Giants 81 for the loss of 8 wickets. Plays it back to the bowler there. So Jeevan is back into the attack. So far has been a decent fast bowler. I think one of the fast bowlers of the day that I've seen bowling some good line and length deliveries, and of course putting the pressure on the batsman. Has not conceded many runs as well. a bowler that you would like to admire at any time of the day for his excellence in consistency. Try to pull that away, and that might be a run out there. So the umpire goes out for the TV umpire to check it.
For run out. Give me a best shot.
Of course, the TV umpire Saman Kumara, he's having a hard day with the appeals and the reviews coming into his discretion. Oh yeah, that's gone.
Desperate dive to get back home before the bowler gets
Keep
it
rolling again slowly.
to the stumps.
Can you give me other angle? Keep rolling slowly again. Okay, thank you. I am ready to make my decision. Please focus on the lights.
And of course, that's been given out, and that's the confirmation by the TV umpire. And the 9th wicket goes down for the Delhi Giants. Crunched. This time, there's protection out there in the deep. Just a single will be taken, so a run out. We actually saw 2 run outs in these innings. One was because of the quick thinking by the wicketkeeper Randeeper, and now this one, a run out at the non-strikers end. So the running between the wickets haven't been perfect either for Delhi Giants. In terms of batting, the factors that they would have liked to coordinate didn't go well as planned. Playing cautiously here, trying to survive the 20 overs.
So as for the run rates and the standpoints, once again you can see a replay of the run out there. Desperate attempt by the batsman, but couldn't quite make it in time inside the crease. Unfortunate there for the Delhi Giants, but you cannot make mistakes in this stage. But as fans of cricket, we do understand the desperation that he had to get that one run. Even single run matters in cricket, so yes. Tries to tickle it on the offside, succeeds and gets a single off of it. And for the current run rate being 4.96, the projection score is 99.
So that's the end of the over.
Not yet, but that's it.
17 overs gone. It's 81 for 9. Of course, it's Tusit. Who's back into the attack. A full swing of the bat. Tried to go down the ground, but instead completely missed it. Missed the wicket by a mile, but missed the edge by a few inches.
Well played on the offside, that shot. But Johan in the deep was there for protection.
A full toss. Could have dispatched it away for a boundary or a maximum, but played it cautiously, because since they only have a wicket left in this innings, trying to stay alive until the last delivery of the innings.
Tusit was invited to wipe off the tail end, but there goes another boundary on the offside for Tusit. Jaidesh plays it brilliantly through the gap where there was no fielder to protect it. It was raised away for a boundary. With 2 overs and 2 more balls remaining in this inning, I think there is still hope for the Delhi Giants to collect some runs. It looked really good.
Just 2 more deliveries left in the over by Tusit. Crunches it down, offside as well. But deep cover has been placed to prevent that.
It's been a bit expensive so far for the Colombo Titans.
I think after a while I saw expensive over being bowled.
Once again a single grabbed. That would be the end of the 17th over. 89 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. As you can see, the figures of the bowlers.
Of course, the man Kulun Rodrigo, 3 for 9 of his 4 overs. That's just a brilliance of a bowling performance, a bowling masterclass, I would say. And of course, Jeevan is also Jitarshan. The nickname Jeevan is given to him. Of course, he's gonna bowl. That's down the ground. But long off has been placed there, so tried to come back for 2, but single is the only run they could have taken.
Worked on the offside, maybe for a single. Yes, they do not get the double there. Not going to take any risks because there is still 9 deliveries left where they can score some runs, make their scoreboard look a bit more decent. Nicely played on the offside. He cannot just stop that. It just ran away for the boundary.
Well, Jaidesh proving out to be the tail ender every side needs whenever they are in trouble, and he's putting up the runs the top order and the middle order couldn't put up. He's taking the responsibility on and scored 15 runs from just 14 deliveries. It's just excellent from him. This one is also played down the ground through the offside, through the extra cover region. Just a diving effort. Even wouldn't have saved that from going to the boundary, as it was that quick.
That's a brilliant delivery. Definitely not a wide. So did you know, Minindu, there's a fact that it has been scientifically proven the hardest ball to hit a six or maybe we'll say just a boundary for is the wide yorker, which goes on the offside. And then again, there's a desperate effort in the deep square leg region. There was a full toss about to get dispatched over the boundary line, but Jaidesh is lucky enough there because the fielder couldn't quite grab onto it. Kushagraun strike again. That's going to be a wide. He should look to avoid these deliveries at this stage of the game. Once again, you can see there was a poor effort from the fielder in the deep square leg. He should have been able to catch that because it was presented to him in a pretty easier set pace. If he could have taken care of that catch, the inning of the Delhi Giants would have been all over by now. There's a bit of a fumble between the batsmen. No, they are not able to get the capitalization of that opportunity. Once again, a missed opportunity by the Colombo Titans there. Delhi Giants will say thank you very much for that.
But of course, with that, it's the end of the over, and we are going into the last over of the Delhi Giant innings. Let's see how it's going to go for Reese.
As it stands now, 19 overs gone, 9-9 for 9. As you can see, Jaidesh has more runs than all the other batsmen of the lineup, apart from Shubhendu. This is something very special.
When Shubhendu was actually in the crease, he was looking really dangerous. A batsman who was threatening the Colombo Titans bowling attack, but they were successful in sending him back. But the other batters, I mean, it's actually hard to describe a story by looking at the scorecard, because they haven't been able to really taken up the took up the responsibility and just try to score the runs your team needs the most.
Nicely played on the offside. Is it going to go for a boundary? Yes, it does. Beautiful shot on the offside. Pierced through the fielders and all the way for a boundary. That's 4 more runs for the Delhi Giants. And they have reached the benchmark of 100 runs. It's 103 as it stands right now.
Well, Jaidesh is actually proving out to be a very aggressive batter. Can this be the turning point around for the Colombo Titans?
I mean, they will look to collect as much runs as possible in this over. Once again, takes the aerial route, Jaidesh. Goes for a boundary once again. Wow, this is spectacular stuff from him.
This is what we have been waiting for, and this is what I think every fan of the Delhi Giants have been waiting for as well. The power hitter that you all are looking forward to is here. He's out in the middle, ladies and gentlemen, and he's actually putting up quite the show.
The audience who were ecstatic moments ago are now tensed up as the tail end batsman has taken over and he is sending the ball all over the park. 26 in 18 deliveries. Wow. Very impressive for a tail ender. 4 more deliveries to go.
Oh, that's an edge, and
goes for a boundary once again. Even luck is on his side at this point. 3 more deliveries to go. It was 3 boundaries in a row. Tusit has been having a nightmare this inning.
Well, I mean, you could say that he started off the game pretty poorly, but the middle overs.
So these are the 3 boundaries which were scored in a row. All of them were on the offside. The second one off the slot. And the third one was a good delivery, but that approach took that ball off the outside edge and raced away for a boundary.
The last boundary actually was pretty much unfortunate, but it's a game of cricket. You have to bear those up. You have to take those up with your chin up as well. But Tusit, like I said before, started off poorly, but the middle overs he bowled very well. But again, when he's brought into the attack to end it all off, he's not delivering as promised, and that goes
Poor
down
on the leg side. Is he gonna go for a boundary again?
Yes, it will. That's 4 boundaries in a row, and this
Oh.
is, apologies, 2 boundaries in a row. I mean, this is the turning point. This is the over that took a turn. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is going to be decisive. The number of runs scored in this over is going to decide the whole game. For me, I got a feeling like that.
Jaidesh has to be given some very expensive credit there, because he's absolutely taking the responsibility over his shoulders, carrying his team all the way to a decent score on the scoreboard. 2 more deliveries to go. Once again, how many runs will he manage to get off of that delivery? Just 1. Oh, he doesn't go for a single there.
He prefers to take on the strike so that he can finish off this final delivery by himself, which is pretty brave, I would say. But he would like to finish it off. But so far, it's been an absolute brilliant of an innings. And it's going to
Works
try
it
to
on
come
the
back for
onside.
2. And the throw is at the non-striker's end, but they will comfortably take the 2 runs. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the total. Delhi Giants have been successful in accumulating in these 20 overs. 119 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. And we finally have a target. And the Colombo Titans finally have a target to chase down, which is exactly 120 runs in just 120 balls.
That over changed the whole story upside down. The Delhi Giants look pretty close to being all out, all under 100. But Jaidesh has been able to carry his entire team all the way up to 119. Wow.
Just brilliant. I mean, you got to give a standing ovation to this man, because he almost took his team on his shoulders and went off to blast those deliveries out of the park. He took up the responsibility. Another exciting batsman I would like to see in this tournament in the coming few games. You'd call him a tail-ender, but the way he played today was exactly like a power hitter that was set to go on a journey of scoring runs. And of course, if you take the look at the scorecard of the Delhi Giants side, Shubhendu started off well. We know wasn't able to give the right support to his opening partner, but I think other than Shubhendu and Jaidesh, none of the other batters were successful in putting up big totals and putting up big figures, individual scores to the scoreboard. But Delhi Giants, because of those contributions, have been successful in getting 119 runs. If you take the bowling card, well, Cullinan Rodrigo, that's a name that pops into your mind straight away. 3 for 9 runs of just 4 overs that he bowled. I mean, just absolutely brilliant, an economical bowler. And of course, Jatarshan, 3 wickets to his name as well. Sachit Rathenakon, another bowler that you would like to see in these coming few games as well. Anjanan, a wicket to his name as well. So a brilliant bowling performance, I would say, from the Colombo Titans. I wouldn't say because of this last over, I wouldn't try to judge the whole bowling innings that they put up. But actually, I mean, they did a brilliant job with the ball, and they were able to restrict the Delhi Giants to 120 runs, 119 runs actually. So far, we were a little bit close in getting to your expected total, right?
Yes, I mean, if you look at the highlights there, it looked like they were gonna smash around 178 in the beginning of the game.
Of course, the first two deliveries going for a boundary, and yeah, at one point it almost looked like they are gonna go for a big total,
A huge total.
a
on the
huge
scoreboard.
total, of course. But then it was the Titans who came back into the game. Everyone had actually different opinions when we went into different overs of the game.
Well, I have to say that is the beauty of cricket, Minidu.
Of course, definitely. You can clearly see the shots that they played through the offside, extended their arms and freed up that space.
See those strokes. Wonderful stuff from the opening batter there.
Of course, I mean, they were pretty much
Shubhendu.
dominant in the first 3 overs, but then it was, like I said before, you can see some quality shots being played. Some shots were not timed, but still they were able to get the boundaries efficiently. And of course, this was the
breakthrough of the
breakthrough,
entire
of
inning,
course,
Minidu.
the breakthrough.
And
Of course,
this was the first maximum of the inning. It was an entire roller coaster, and that was the dismissal of Shubhendu.
But the Jatarshan once again, he was proving out to be too much for the Delhi Giants bowlers. Of course, Randeepa doing brilliant work. That's a good catch at point as well. Some more boundaries. And this is, I think, one of the turnarounds.
This
Quick
was one of the
thinking.
most prominent moments of this entire inning.
Then it was complete mayhem by the bowling attack. And of course, Cullen Rodrigo not giving any single chance for them to put the pressure back onto him. Was just bowling it that straight into the wickets, plumbing it straight, and those run-outs as well. 2 run-outs we saw. One was a quick thinking reaction by the keeper, and this one was a run-out by the non-strikers end.
And
But
then this is when
Jaidesh,
Jaidesh started
the man
to
of the
capitalize
moment for
inning.
Delhi Giants, he absolutely hammered to sit down the ground. That final lower that changed the game completely. At one point they looked like it's going to be hard for them to defend, but the total that they are going to put up, it's going to be hard for them to defend. At the end of the 20 overs, they got a respectable total. That's a summary of the Delhi Giants innings. Shubhendu has topped the charts with 43 runs of just 19 deliveries he faced. Of course, then Jaidesh, the tail ender, 36 runs from just 22 deliveries. It didn't take him a while to set into the wicket and score those big runs. Rishabh tried to provide the support to his other end batsmen, but he couldn't get on with the runs. The bowling have been brilliant. Chetarashan, Kulun Rodriguez, and Sachit Ratnakone, they've been excellent. They've been excellent, brilliant. Now, of course,
it's going to be the wrap for this inning, and we'll take it back to the presenter. Shanu, it's your chance.
The first innings that started slow but picked up pace in what fantastic fashion. Well, here I have a man alongside me who stopped the opposing team from making a big score that they would find hard to chase. Hi Kulunu, how do you feel? You took 3 amazing wickets. What is your emotion right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling superb right now.
a tournament like this magnitude, we always expect the opposition to come hard at us. At start, it didn't go as planned what we had, but we stick to our basics, and we had a plan in mind, and we reap the benefits at the end.
Oh, well, let's not be too soon to tell. We have another half coming up. But first tell me, it's a very short, it's a very small ground, and you're a spinner. Do you find it difficult to bring out your A game, or was it easy for you?
As hosts in this tournament, we know we have played a lot of matches in these grounds, so we have to change our bowling lines and lengths in order to contain the batsmen. So that's what all our bowlers did. So hats off to all our guys.
Well, they're definitely three-time runner-ups, and are you looking forward to take the cup this time?
Of course, we have been planning this for about two months ahead, and we had our local tournament where we emerged runners-up, and we had our annual encounter with doctors. We emerged winners. So we are having a habit of winning tournaments. So hopefully we can win this tournament as well.
Well, they definitely have the experience and they have the advantage of a familiar ground now. They are off to bat. Good luck.
Thank you.
Of course, we heard some few words from Colombo Rodrigo, the man of the moment for the Colombo Titans. A brilliant bowling masterclass from him, an absolute star, and a player to watch out for the other teams as well in these coming few games in this tournament. So what do you think about the bowling performance from him, Furvis?
Well, he has been the absolute star of this inning, and as Shanu mentioned, we shouldn't be too quick to judge the games just yet, because there's one more half to come, and with expectations of see you all once again with the second half of the game, we will take a break for now. Thank you very much.
Of course, the Colombo Titans are walking out into the middle to give their response in ahead of the target that they have been given. So, what do you think is the approach of the Delhi Giants going to be, Farvis, considering the total that they have put up?
Well, according to their coach, they have a very good bowling arsenal, so we can expect a very good game ahead, and hopefully, to make it interesting for the viewers, the Delhi Giant bowlers will capitalize on their bowling and show their class and abilities within these innings if they are to turn the game upside down towards themselves once again. Players getting warmed up.
And of course, the two opening batsmen for Colombo Titans, Tusit and Vishma. Tusit been one of the main go-to fast bowlers for Colombo Titans, and he's out in the middle to open the batting for the Colombo Titans as well. Explains the fitness this man has.
I mean, to do that on a regular basis is not an easy task, Minidu.
Was considering that that there are a few more games to come, he's gonna have to do that all over again.
Yeah, and this could be the chance for him to redeem himself for being expensive in the bowling inning of Colombo Titans. But we'll see how this goes. Beautiful bowling.
A good start there, and cautiously played by Vishwa there.
Aditya with the ball. Showing a bit of a drift in the bowling with the sun going down from the west end. Oh, attempted for a slog sweep, but Aditya, they are going for the tossed up delivery, making it hard for the slog sweep to succeed. The miss there.
Comes down the track, and it's going to go to the boundary.
Yes, it does. The ball finds a boundary. Beautiful shot by Vishwa on the onside.
I wouldn't say that was perfectly timed, but I
Oh,
think it
that was perfectly timed.
yeah,
It was
I
off the
just
middle
saw
of the bat.
replay. Yeah, I just saw the replay. Almost looked like it was like there was an underage, but he was guiding that through the leg, through the square leg region. So 4 runs so far in this first over. Well bowled by Aditya, the captain himself, taking up the responsibility of bowling the first over. Shot.
Nicely
and
played on the onside. Wow. Brilliant work in the deep though by the Delhi Giant fielder, but he'll collect 2 off of that.
So 6 runs from the first over itself. It's 6 for no loss. The second over is going to be bowled.
Oh, that was quick. That was really quick and short.
Well, Farvis Tusit actually reminds me of one of the former national players, Tilakaratne Dilshan.
Well, his helmet does look like that.
Does look like that, yeah. I mean,
true.
he used to wear that long sleeve jersey as well whenever he comes out to bat.
Even the stance looks like that. Madhav charging in.
Good pace, can trouble the batsman at any point. If you can find that brilliant length, the good length deliveries will eventually bring him wickets.
Glided on the onside for a single. Oh, could have been close if it was a direct hit. If you take a closer look at that once again, you will see that it was pretty close. The fielder did not contain himself before the throw, but he did not have time either. He went for the attempt anyways, but didn't quite hit the target. Seven runs has been scored so far. Vishwa once again on strike. That's a wide ball. That's a wide for sure. That was apparently a bit too short. If you look at the side view of it, it was miles over Vishwa.
Of course, no one could have placed that or played an uppercut either. That's certainly a wide.
If he was to play that delivery, he should have had to jump up and play the uppercut over the head. But
why bother?
Why bother? Exactly. Good delivery and well played on the onside for a single once again.
Good running between the wickets. Good communication as well. No hesitation whatsoever to take that single. So Tusi is on strike. I think the word from the dressing room is that to play cautiously, because you got the right amount of balls and you got the right amount of runs to chase down. So take it slowly. At some points try to play it aggressively. At some points try to play it cautiously. If you feel like you're in a comfortable spot, try to play it cautiously and don't throw away that spot. Straight place it to point.
I mean, talking about being cautious, they should also take the advantage of the power play as well, because after the end of the sixth over, it's going to be well protected in the lines. It's going to be very hard to score boundaries. So the approach could be risky, but I think if you could contain your wickets, but it could be worth it. So we'll see what happens. Good ball. That's a good ball.
So that's the end of the over there. 2 overs gone. It's 9 for no loss.
There's a brilliant over as well. There was just 3 runs conceded, including a leg by in that over.
Oh, that's swept away, and
There's protection in the deep. Well, well, well. What an emotional roller coaster that one was, Vinindu.
feeling deja vu for a reason.
Oh yes, deja vu from the last match where the fielding positions were pinpoint. Wherever the batsman tried to score, there was always a fielder in the deep, protecting the line. The Mumbai Lawyers were capitalizing that game just because of that. Oh, a bit of a clumsiness shown from the wicket keeper. Good delivery once again, going for the safer approach.
So far, it's been a good start by Delhi Giants, trying to bring up some economical overs. Oh, down the ground, that is crunched. And that goes for a maximum. And Tusin out of nowhere brings out something like that from his pocket. A crunched shot. I mean, you could hear the sound coming out of the bat. It clearly indicates how well the shot has been timed.
To look at it once again. Oh, what a beautiful shot that is. Pinpoint perfection coming out of the crease at the perfect moment and dispatching that shot all the way for a maximum. Wow.
The dream shot of any batsman, I would say. Oh, it has gone over the gate as well. So it was that far.
Well, Tusit returning the favor to the Delhi bowlers once again.
Of course, that was something the Colombo Titans needed. A maximum like that to lift their spirits up and get them back on track and ease up the pressure that's been mounting on them because of those couple of dot deliveries bowled before. It's Captain Aditya. It's going to take a
Smart.
quick single there.
That's very smart from Tusit. After a maximum, that's the best way to get off the strike. Wonderfully worked on the onside for a single there.
Brains or brawl, what would you think would suit the most in this time?
Well, I think a bit of both. Because if you think too much in the game of cricket, you get trapped in a dilemma. So you have to be a bit wacky with the batting while simultaneously being aware of what you're doing. That's the key. So we'll see if the Colombo Titans will get onto that conceptual framework and work their way towards victory, or we'll see if Delhi Giants will be able to frame the Colombo Titan batsman into that 120 benchmark.
Of course, that's a question that's running through the minds of everyone who is watching this. Any fans of both these sides are pretty keen on finding out what the result is going to be. Still, you cannot surely confirm a winner. You can't judge and bring a summary of the result just by the flicks it and punches it through the leg side reach and will pick up a single. Tusis doing well, rotating the strike. Both these batters are doing well. Slowly trying to rotate the strike, trying to get both of these batters adjusted to the wicket so that they can go on a long-term strike in mayhem. on the Delhi Giants bowling attack.
Oh, nicely delivered slow ball, back of the hand.
Very well disguised, and
And you cannot distinguish that from a normal delivery because he never changed the arm speed of the rotation, which was pretty brilliant if you look at that.
and well played as well. Didn't try to actually take it out and try to loft it over mid on, otherwise that would have gone straight up in the air because of the pace it came in. But very well played, cautiously back into the bowler.
Oh, nicely played on the offside for a single. Colombo Titans need 101 runs in 99 balls as it stands now.
They should actually try to increase the deficit, or the difference between the number of runs and the number of balls that you have. Otherwise, then pressure will bound to get into your head. Tusit is on strike. Oh, crunched on the offside, but there's protection out there in the deep. Will pick up single. Just 2 more deliveries left in the over. If they play like this cautiously for the coming 12 to 15 overs, then definitely they are in a good comfortable position to chase down the total without any trouble at all. What the Giants have to do is pressure. I mean, that is a factor. That is something most people underestimate, especially in 20 overs format. It's one of the key vital ingredients in getting wickets and putting the batsman under trouble. Of course, look at that, the extra bounce. A good length delivery, but Vish was expecting that to come much lower than expected. 100 runs from just 97 deliveries. From this point, most people will think it is looking easy for the Titans to chase it down, but who knows what could happen in the last few overs or in the coming few overs as well. Shot and completely misses that one. Tried to pull it away. So that's the end of the over. 4 overs gone. It's 20 for no loss. Oh, shot. And that's gone all the way. But Tusit is actually taking some of the fitness right into the batting as well. Look at that shot. I
Oh,
mean, it's
beautiful.
just beautiful.
Simply beautiful. Absolutely whacked on the leg side. All the way for a maximum. As I said, Tusit looks like he is redeeming himself from the first inning. I
Of
mean, as a
course.
bowler, Minindu, I have to say that every day doesn't go your way, for sure, because the game can be unpredictable. But this can be the best way to redeem yourself, and he has the perfect stage to do so because he's the opening batsman as well for his team, as well as the opening bowler. So a lot depends on his shoulders. So we'll see if he'll be able to produce himself a good figure with the opportunity that he has been given so far.
Of course, for a reason, just saw some quick deliveries by Aditya. A good comeback after that maximum was scored against him. Once again comes to the front and plays it defensively. Just another delivery left in the over. Try to come down the track, and he does it successfully. Try to go over the top of mid-wicket. Doesn't do that successfully. So that's the end of the over. It's 27 for no loss.
Beautiful conditions to play cricket today. Madhav continuing his attack from the same end. Brilliant ball, but work towards the leg side for a single. Good backup behind the wicket keeper there. Once again, that slow ball worked over the head of the mid-on all the way for a boundary. Perfectly read slow ball by Vishwa.
Well, took his time well and lofted it over mid-wicket. Didn't get deceived by the slower delivery. And once again, the Titans, they are coming up on top, and actually,
I think that time you could see the arm rotation slow down a bit with the delivery. So it was rather easier for the batsman, Vishwa, to pick up the slow ball and successfully dispatches it all the way for a boundary.
it's definitely for his. I mean, it's not always easy to read the arm rotation of the fast bowlers. Oh, crunched. Oh, and that's dropped.
Oh, that's dropped. It could be extremely expensive for Delhi Giants. He was the absolute danger man, Vishwa. And they dropped the opportunity to send him back to the dugout. Mindu, what do you think about that?
A missed opportunity like that would come as a nightmare whenever you're going to sleep. Of course, look at that.
It was a seater.
A sitter there, I mean, just not every time the ball will come to your hand and you get the chance to hold on to it. Guys it through the leg side, and will squeeze a quick single as well.
A little can go a long way, Minidu. So that missed opportunity can cost a lot for Delhi Giants. And catches win matches, as we all know.
Of course, definitely. Remember the catch a South African player dropped of Steve Vogue. I can't remember the player who dropped it, but I remember the Steve Vogue response after that. He said, "Mate, you just dropped the World Cup."
Exactly, Minidu. That single-handed can be the biggest occasion where a catch costed a whole lot. The entire World Cup was at stake.
Yeah, definitely. Back then, South Africa was a strong side. Plenty of firepower and bowling maestros in their lineup. The last delivery of the over to be bowled, and Madhav, I mean, I could say with confidence that he's pretty much frustrated with the drop catch. – 88 runs needed from just 85 deliveries. And Colombo Titans cruising along well, not hurrying, taking up the responsibility brilliantly.
Last delivery of the over. Oh, beautifully played over the head of the mid-off. Absolutely smashed that on the offside. Raised away for the boundary. He didn't care about the fielder at all because he was taking the aerial route there. Comfortably put away for the boundary. And the current run rate looks favorable so far. 36 for no loss in the end of 6 overs. What do you think of the power players approach, Minidu? Do you think the Colombo Titans were successful there?
I would say they were pretty much decent. I mean, they didn't look to hurry that much and cost themselves wickets. Because looking at the target that they're chasing down, it's pretty much moderate. It's not too high or it's not too low. They're trying to utilize every delivery they can and become comfortable with the crease. So I think the power play they played according to the target that's been given to them. So I wouldn't say it's a bad one. They didn't lose any wickets. They played. They actually played it respectfully.
Shikhar has been introduced to the bowling attack by the Delhi Giants. Oh, nicely played, but towards the fielder.
Almost looked like it was going straight down the
Yeah.
ground. Didn't look like it was going through mid-on, but
It looked like it was absolutely smashed down the ground.
well, eyes can be deceiving.
Absolutely, so true.
Of
For a
course,
second, I thought it would go all the way to the boundary.
the current run rate and the required run rate being the same clearly indicates that they are cruising along well. Tried to go
Well,
over
that
that same
time-
area.
Oh, that's a misfield.
It's might run away to the boundary, and it will. So that's another boundary for the Colombo Titans. Yeah, slowly regaining the runs that they couldn't get in the power play.
That was an expensive mistake on the mid-on, which costed them a boundary.
$80 runs needed from 82 deliveries. So far, coming close to that half-century partnership between Tusit and Vishwa. A very well constructed, planned execution, that is.
Both of them not being too much of a hurry, and also not too much contained as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm eagerly waiting to see the resolution of this match. Off the pads, will they go for a single? No, they won't. It was going right towards the fielder. It could have been a very risky move to get a run off of that delivery.
Of course, Tusit stays on strike. He's becoming more confident being on strike and placing those balls down the ground. That is...
Oh, he does not come to get the catch. Stopped halfway.
Do you think that could have been a diving effort?
Well, from this angle, it's hard to say. There could be a reason why he stopped halfway, and I think it could have been taken, according to what I saw. But
those few seconds of thoughts will definitely ruin many chances for you. But it's hard to say, actually. You're not in the shoes of the player at that moment.
a bit of a misstep there by the bowler. Oh, that's a top shot. But there's protection once again in the deep square leg region.
So just a delivery left in the over. 6 runs coming out of it with a delivery left.
Once again works towards the long on region for a single, and that concludes the 7th over, and it's 43 for no loss. been introduced to the bowling attack, Jaidesh. That's
that-
going straight up. Is it gonna be a grab? Yes. Quite a celebration from him there.
Well, he's got quite the attitude as well, but he should have that considering the way he played with the bat. And now the first delivery with the ball, a wicket taken. Surely the man of the match for me, I think.
That was a very good effort by Tusin there. He did pretty well for an opening batter in a T20 encounter. The celebration once again.
Of course, Jaidesh, the man to get the first scalp of the Colombo Titans.
Immediately when he was introduced to the bowling attack as well, so could be the special man for the Delhi Giants in this encounter. Well, luckily for the Colombo Titans, Vishwa is still on strike. The experienced batter. Well, looking at the time, Minidu, do you think the Delhi Giants will be able... Oh, nicely glided on the onside. All the way for a boundary. The first ball that Kasun faced, we'll have to see if that was a leg by. No, it was not.
So, boundary. to
Boundary
his
of the
name.
first ball.
Yeah, that's the start that everyone's expecting, and with confidence, he will gain that.
And Minidu, coming back to my question, do you think with the rate that that the bowlers are going right now, they will be able to end the inning on time?
Well, I think it's actually considerably slow compared to the innings bowled by the Colombo Titans. But everyone loves a slow, intense cricket game, don't you think?
Well, I think that's why Test cricket is the most popular among the realest of cricket fans. But T20 is, I think, the most eventful because a lot happens within a certain time frame. Once
Yeah.
again, nicely played towards the sweeper cover by Kasun. He'll collect a single off of that.
And of course, widely embraced by many around the globe, the T20I format. Of course, not the T20I, the 2020 format.
Vishwa, the settled man, back on strike. Oh, that was poor from the wicket keeper. Did not see that one at all. Colombo Titans will be granted 5 runs for that. That was an expensive mistake made by the Delhi Giants there. Off the leg side, it was too quick for the wicketkeeper to move and grab onto it. So it races away towards the boundary. If you are to place the wicketkeeper close by and on the offside, you have to stick for a consistent line. Otherwise, this is going to be the end result.
Oh, sweet. Just sweet, and that's gone.
The sound of the bat was immaculate.
I mean, you couldn't even catch you couldn't even set the eye on the ball itself, alright? I mean, it was traveling really fast. The sound itself was just pure.
I think that was right off the sweet spot of the bat.
Of course, I mean.
Oh, so satisfying to see.
Of course.
So close for the leg umpire though.
Definitely. Otherwise, that would have been an injury that you would not like to see.
Colombo Titans need 63 from 73. They're going for the double there. Safely makes it back into the crease.
Of course,
wonderful run in between wickets.
But Jaidesh is under pressure this time around. The man who took the first scalp of the Titans innings is under pressure, so that's the end of the over. 8 overs gone, it's 59 for 1. "61 runs from just 72 deliveries. It's actually reachable, but like I said, predicting a game of cricket is the most unpredictable thing you can do. Oh, Kasun is taking a quick single here, and so is Vishwa. Vishwa seems like he's having a hard time with running between the wickets, so he's more reluctant on scoring runs with aggressive strokes.
Appeal for an LBW, but looked like he was going down the leg side. Leg by signaled indeed.
Of course, it was a strong appeal, kind of desperate. I mean, because appeals haven't been seen so far in this innings.
For sure, I mean, you could definitely see the desperation. It was going down the leg, obviously, but the bowler needed it so bad.
Of course, if you take a look at the scorecard as well, I mean, to set the foundation alongside Vishwa, these two batters should be given credit to. They didn't really go on to get more like 40s or 30s, but they stood in the middle and carried their team slowly according to the run rate.
Well, everybody had a piece of their cake.
Yeah. That's a word. That's not the word, that's a sentence.
Well, we can say that food is the best way to express something, so yeah, definitely going for that approach. Shikhar with the ball. Oh,
Shot,
nicely played on
and
the
of
leg
course
side.
that's going to run away to the boundary. No chance of stopping that, and valuable 4 runs once again. Short delivery. The overlook was looking good, and all of a sudden he had to ball that. And of
But
course,
it was a great approach, I think. But the counter was even better to send it down all the way to the boundary. Once again, work towards the third man for a single, comfortably taken.
— 54 runs from 67 deliveries, and of course, the last delivery of the over. And Vishwa guides it through the leg side and successful in getting that single. Of course, Vishwa Vijay Surya being the most established batsman for Colombo Titans, scoring 25 runs of just 23 deliveries. Tusit accompanying him from the other end. These two were the opening batters who put up that vital partnership and set up the foundation. Kasun Hettiarach, the new batter.
And also, I should mention that the Colombo Titans are pretty much in a safe position right now because they have 9 wickets in their pockets right now. So I think their approach currently is correct, containing their wickets while simultaneously scoring goals, not too vigorously of course, with patience and consistency. Consistency is the word for every single occasion where success has been the resolution. So if they manage to keep their consistency in this level until they manage to get the benchmark target, it's going to be massive. And that's a wide delivery. Mandeep.
Vishwa is trying to use that chance to again guide that through the leg side, maybe sweep it through the square leg region. But Mandeep bowls that wide.
Very well played on the onside.
He's actually rotating the strike pretty efficiently. And I think that really helped the two batters to adjust. Like I said before, you need time to adjust and you need to give the other batsman the opportunity as well to adjust to the wicket. When you take on the strike more often, then the other batsman most probably will be bamboozled by the deliveries that he's going to face when he's new to the crease and barely was on strike.
Nicely played on the offside once again for a single. Rotating the strike rather beautifully. Both the batsmen in the middle have a very good sense of communication between them. They know what they should do at this stage. And so far looking so good, Colombo Titans. Delhi Giants in a bit of a trouble right now unless they grab onto another wicket.
Well, a hat-trick would surely put them on a top. The word to describe the connection between these two batters, I would say, is chemistry.
Chemistry, exactly. That's the word. Well played on the onside once again for a single. Perfectly reading the field positions and knowing where the runs are. They have so far managed to get the most out of the field positioning as well.
Of course, definitely. I mean, targeting those deep areas, trying to actually get those twos and singles in, not trying to play any rash shots to get those boundaries and maximum. They are not that desperate. They know that they're in a comfortable position, so they would like to keep it that way.
Once again, another single by the batsman.
So that's the end of the over there. No, no. Oh, 10 overs gone. It's 72 for 1.
Amit Chowdhury into the bowling attack. Oh, so close. Brilliant work there at the midfield. It was played powerfully, but the mid-wicket fielder, I think the batsman was safe though.
Well, if the backup wasn't there, that would have been another 4
Again
runs.
played down the ground. Will he go for a boundary? No, brilliant work on the line.
Or misfield once again and would cost them a single. That's a wide, and surely the Delhi Giants bowling attack, I mean, they're slowly losing the concentration on those line and length. They still have a chance of getting back into the game, and if they give up this quickly, then of course there's no turning back. Oh, crunched. It was over mid-wicket, and this might run away to the boundary. No, the outfield is the outfield is super slow at that moment.
I think that was because if you look at the ball's trajectory on that shot, there was a bit of a grass, a bit of a tall grass in the beginning of the outfield in that trajectory. So I think that was the fact that could have been the effect, whereas the ball stopped in the end. And now the fielder inside the 30-yard circle was pushed back.
Goes down
Beautifully
low.
played. He'll get a single off of that.
And of course, that's the end of the over there. 12 overs gone. It's 80 for 1. That's down the ground, and it's fall safe actually.
Well, I think I saw it the wrong way. Then I saw it like it was all the middle of the bat, and the swing was strong. I thought it was gonna go for a boundary, but I was horribly wrong.
Well, I keep deceiving us for a reason. I mean, I have to get it checked a day or tomorrow.
Pulled away on the onside for a single there. I think at this point you're going to have to do a lot to take Vishwa off of the wicket, you know, because he has played 31 deliveries so far, collecting 32 runs off of those deliveries, and he's looking very good in shape.
Like I said, it's all about rotating the strike for him. He didn't take any rash shots. He didn't try to go for those aggressive shots as well. He was trying to do the basics right. Rotate the strike, put the pressure, take the run rate every over and over. And he's been doing that to perfection. I would say there's nothing wrong with anything he has been doing so far. Has been supporting each other, supporting the other batsmen as well. And both of them, they are doing pretty much well. And that's another good shot. Will that run away to the boundary? And it will. And Vishwa once again playing a cheeky shot. This time it was kind of a rash shot, but again I think it was pretty much pre-calculated by him. He wanted to go over that top, and he guided it straight over fine leg.
Yes, that shot looked very premeditated, but in the end he succeeded. In the end, it's the runs that matter. So I think he did a pretty good job there, middling the ball. Nicely played.
Yeah, sometimes those shots will actually punish you, of course. I mean, sometimes when the situation is really tough. Once again, there's protection out there, and we'll pick up a single. So just a delivery left in the over by Mandeep, and the Colombo Titans slowly cruising onto that target that they have been set for. And Kasun takes another single as well. So brilliantly doing what they're doing best at the moment. So 12 overs gone. It's 89 for 1. Of course, the number of runs, 31 runs needed from just 48 deliveries. If they hold on to their nerves and cruising along well, they can go over the line and secure a brilliant victory, a hard-fought victory in their first game of this tournament, which is happening in Sri Lanka for the first time.
A bit of a chit chat between the wicket keeper and the batsman there. Always good to see some chit chat.
Well, are they chit chats or mind games?
You never know, but from
Yeah.
a viewer's perspective, it always looks good.
It's almost like Kasun kind of ignored what the keeper was telling him. Well, mind games are good tools to use, especially in a format like this. Gets into the minds of the player very quickly, starts to become a headache, and of course they will try to think about how to give in a response. Short.
Will comfortably pick up a single off of that delivery of Kunal. Played
Not
towards the deep mid-wicket region, and since these are two batsmen who are like, one of them is a right-hander and the other one is a left-hander, which could be the reason that it takes a bit more time to adjust the field, because you have to change it occasionally, and these two have been consistently rotating the strike, being an absolute headache for the Delhi Giants captain.
And falls just in front of them. There was no fielder to grab that opportunity, and will squeeze on for a single.
Oh, what a beautiful shot. But still there's protection in the deep.
And we'll pick up another single there. Vishwa cruising on to his half century slowly. Well, the Giants, at some moments it looked like they could turn things around, but it's all about the Titans at the moment.
Attempting for a risky single there, but the batsman at the non-striker's end, Vishwa, refusing to take it, so which was the right decision to make at that point.
Oh, brilliantly played, and that's in the gap as well. Slog swept that one over deep mid wicket. Of course, that's going to be another boundary for the Colombo Titans. Almost just 23 runs needed from just 42 deliveries. 7 overs left in this innings, and of course 7 overs left in the overall game as well. Vishwa, I mean, what an innings he's playing. He's actually playing the... Do you think he's playing the role of an anchor or Kasun?
Well, at the moment, according to what we've seen so far, it was Kasun who took the charge when it comes to batting, but it goes both ways because Vishwa has been playing some aggressive strokes as well. So I think they are playing both of a moderate game, both of them at the same time. They don't necessarily need to take on to that aggressive batsman and the anchor role here, because the run rate is more than enough according to the way they are going. So they just need to rotate the strike to get those runs in. And lead the way to the victory. Oh, I think there was a bit of bat there.
And it will guide away. It will guide itself to the boundary.
A bit unfortunate for the wicketkeeper. Once again, as I was saying before, if you are to plant the wicketkeeper close by to the wicket, right behind the wickets, in the offside, you have to make sure that you deliver the ball in the right spot, because one mistake towards the leg side and it's a boundary all the way, so you cannot afford to do that. A textbook defense by Vishwa there.
Of course, a wide has been called. Wide had been called in the first delivery. And that's another boundary, of course. Nothing the keeper can do about it. I
Well,
think
once
that's a
again,
bye, right?
yeah, I think that was a bias. I think that could have been stopped by the keeper, but once again, you cannot blame him for that, because that was not the right thing to do by the bowler as well. I think at this point, the Delhi Giants have given up their game, because even the fielders are not looking as enthusiastic as they used to look when they managed to get that first wicket. But if Colombo Titans manage to get the victory off of the loss of just one wicket, it would be a huge confidence booster for them to get throughout this tournament.
Of course, the body language says it all from the Delhi Giants. They weren't pretty much in the game at all from the start itself. Actually, the start itself, I think the batting start, they had a good start. It almost looked like they were going to put up a big total on the board, but then the batting performance was, I would say, I think below par. I would say only two batsmen stood out from their whole lineup, Jagdish and of course the opening batsman who scored 49 runs. Both of them actually were one of the reasons why they got this score on the board. But other than that, the bowling performance, I think the Colombo Titans, they went on with a conservative intention. Didn't try to take any big risks, tried to guide the ball through the gaps and get those singles and twos that were going to be provided to them. And I think because of that, they weren't able to scalp for big wickets. So far, they have been successful in scalping one, and of course, by one man only, Jagdish, who have been the man for the Delhi Giants. So Colombo Titans are just 10 runs away from sealing a victory in this first game of the South Asian Lawyers T20 Cup. Of course, Jaidesh into the attack. Like I said before, the man for Delhi Giants. Can he turn things around somewhat for the Delhi Giants? And Kasun once again punches it straight through the extra cover region, and they're not going to come back for two. Vishwa is satisfied with the single. That would help him to be on strike. Of course, the man for Colombo Titans with the bat, Vishwa, is just few runs away from his half century. Do you think he'll be able to get it, Varvis?
Well, considering the fact that it's the victory is 9 runs away, and Vishwa is also 9 runs away from his half century, he will have to smash boundaries and get to it. I think that's the only option for him to get to his half century while simultaneously leading his team. Oh, that was so close from hitting the stumps.
This bowler, this man Jaidesh, he's a player to watch out for. I'm not just saying for the Titans, I'm just saying for any team who is participating in this tournament. This is a player that you want to watch out for. An all-rounder who can turn things around at any given time. And that's an
Oh,
under
that was an
edge.
inside edge. Oh. Oh, what a stroke that is. Beautiful. But once again, there's protection in the deep. Vishwa retains the strike by going for a single. 2 more balls to go in this over. Let me tell you, when you do a batsman middling the ball off of his bat is the most satisfying thing ever.
Definitely. I mean, if you're a cricket fan, that is, of course, the most satisfying thing. And a single have been taken here. So,
Colombo Titans 6 runs away from victory now.
single digits we are into. Oh, that's...
Goes for the lofty approach there.
And of course, just 2 runs away from victory.
That was poor bowling on the leg side by Jaidesh as well. And that is the end of the 15th over. And it is 1-1-8 for 1 so far, with just 2 more runs to get for victory, and with 30 more deliveries in the bag and 9 wickets.
Just imagine if they were able to chase down this total in just 15 overs. Imagine what they can bring up to the table in those coming few matches. So certainly the teams who haven't been able to participate in the game so far today,
They will have to look out for the Colombo Titans.
of course, definitely. I mean, this is a side who are actually adjusted into the home conditions. Oh, crunched. Will that go all the way? No, a single have been taken there.
1 more run away from victory now, Colombo Titans, against the mighty Delhi Giants. What a surprise it has been. The first 3 overs of the entire game said something else.
And now it says something else with just another delivery to go, I think, for the victory. Oh, apologies. No, we'll have to wait for another delivery to see if the victory is going to be taken in that delivery. Is that the... No, it is not. And they'll take that single comfortably, and there you go. That's the victory. And they have done it successfully. Colombo Titans, congratulations.
That was rather a comfortable victory for the Colombo Titans.
Yeah, definitely, Farviz. They were on point, and they dominated majority of the sessions that was played in this game. And of course, a brilliant victory and a big victory as well, won by 9 wickets.
And both the bowling side and the batting side of the Colombo Giants had been, Colombo Titans, beg your pardon, had been on point. throughout the match, they were consistent. Once again, that one term comes up all the time. Consistency is key, and Colombo Titans managed to get a hold of their consistency. So the upcoming teams will have to look after the Colombo Titans' approach towards the game, and I think we can look for a pretty eventful tournament in the future, Menindu.
Yes, definitely, Farviz. I mean, in this first day of this tournament, we saw plenty of action, plenty of players rising out to the top, and of course, if you name some players who emerged out of the list, Kulunu Rodrigo, the man, I would say, the man who turned things around for the Colombo Titans, which is 9 runs given and also scalping 3 wickets. A man who is actually defining the word consistency.
There he is on the screen.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's leading the handshakes from the front. And Vishwa Vijay Surya also, the man who actually led from the front in terms of batting.
Who do you think will be the man of the match, Menindu?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think for me, 3 players actually stood out. One is Vishwa. The other one is, of course, Kulunu Rodrigo. And, of course, the other one, the man of the hour for Delhi Giants, Shaidesh. He was absolutely brilliant with the ball and with the bat as well. You can't always forget about Shubhendu also, scoring 49 runs. And if you look at the scorecard as well, Vishwa Vijay Surya, the opening batsman, not out until the end, doing what he does best, staying the wicket and cruising along well. 44 runs from just 43 deliveries. Unfortunate not to get his half century, but I think this is admired by many fans of the Colombo Titans side. Of course, Kasuneti Arachi as well, accompanying the batsman.
There it is, the bowling figures of the Delhi Giants. Not looking too good. Jaidesh Kumar picking up a wicket for an economy of 12 runs, which is very expensive for a game of T20 cricket. And all the bowlers there except for Madhav Narayan are above the 6-run benchmark. So it was not looking too good for the Delhi Giants in this encounter, but in the upcoming matches we would like to wish them a very best of luck.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the highlights, we can clearly see the decisive moments, a recap of the decisive moments of the game and of the innings of the Colombo Titans.
Vishwa, they are dominating the game from the up front since the very beginning of the inning, and Tusit with a bunch of extremely beautiful shots all around the park.
There's no wicket recap since just a wicket went down. It was all about those shot making, the perfect timing, and of course those aggressive strokes that were played by Tusit, Vishwa, and of course Kasun. These 3 did the job for the Colombo Titans. Look at that. Good shots all around, and of course misfieldings. We saw plenty of it in both the games that were played today. This was pretty much unfortunate to see.
Do you think he redeemed himself with that batting knock, Menindu?
I think he did, because
giving off a great start for the team.
Yeah, I mean he partnered up well with Vishwa and cruised along well and put up a good partnership. And of course Vishwa and Kasun, after Tusit took on the mantle and carried that team safely over the line. Some beautiful shots, and of course it's just brilliant.
A bit of a miscarriage by the wicketkeeper 2 times in a row.
And the last boundary to be scored to finish the game off in style. Of course, ladies
happy
and gentlemen.
resolution for the Colombo Titans, I'd say.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen,
we will move on to the match discussion away from the commentary box. You can take over.
We witnessed a phenomenal end to the day one of the South Asian Lawyers Cricket Cup. Well, the summary for today is the first match, Mumbai versus Karachi. Mumbai took the win, and the match that just took place, we all saw what happened. What an epic battle, and in its true sense, it was Colombo versus Delhi, and of course, Colombo has taken the win. I am in the company of fine gentlemen who have proved their grit with all their strength. So I have with me somebody representing from the Sri Lankan team. Tell us, how did you look at the whole situation?
Yeah, I must first of all thank Lawyers Cricket. Thanks to them, I'm here today. And it has been a significant event for us. And we've been lawyers, we are practicing in courts day in and day out. This is especially a change for us. And the mindset totally is brought to a different level when we play a game like this. Especially the South Asian, all the cricketers who are participating in this game from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, we love them, and we wish them all the very best in the few matches to come.
I'm watching how he's struggling to take his breath after all those runs he scored. Now, coming to you, Jaidesh, you definitely gave a tough fight. You scored 36 runs, if I'm not mistaken. You even took a wicket. How do you feel? You didn't make the cut today, but what would you have done differently, and what are your learnings from today?
We were few runs short. We lost wickets in quick succession. That is the main difference between them and us.
Short and sweet. Well, the weather, of course, wasn't in our favor in the beginning of the match. Was that? It's, of course, a familiar ground. How did you all manage to still make the cut in spite of all these conditions?
Yeah. Now, in a condition like this, the dehydration is the problem for us. So we got to be hydrated. So we drank a lot of water during the game. And I must especially say my colleague who is left to me, the energy he has shown in the ground is amazing. The game is taken to a different level, which is very beautiful. And yeah, that's what I got to say. The conditions, of course, it's really tough, but lawyers are tough.
Lawyers are tough, and so are we. Well, quickly, I'm going to ask you, what are your plans after this? How are you planning to celebrate in one sentence?
Okay.
I'm not giving you time.
A sip of a beer.
A cold beer on a hot day. What about you?
We are also having beer night.
Well, it's nothing short. That is a point for another time. Well, I'm in the company of fine gentlemen, and the mood and the ambience is definitely a party. Don't you go anywhere. We will be back with day 2 of 2 amazing matches and 2 new stories to tell. It's signing off from us. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Shanu, for that lovely chit-chat with the two absolute stars of the game. And as you said, it is time for the players and the boys to celebrate. And we should sign off for today then. And it has been a wonderful day of cricket. Beautiful conditions out here, and very eventful. A lot of turntables, a lot of dramatic occurrences. And so far it has been a success for the South Asian Cricket Cup of the Lawyers. And what do you think about the resolution of the day, Minindu?
Well, I think we saw plenty of action on the first day itself, and yeah, I mean, pretty much we can actually look forward to some good cricketing actions in the coming few days as well. So until that, ladies and gentlemen, the day 2 is coming up tomorrow. So stay tuned and stay until we broadcast those games live as well from tomorrow onwards. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Minidu Amarasekara signing off.
And I'm Farviz Adnan signing off. Have a good night. Bye-bye.